So this video is going to focus on IXL quizzes. Another one of my favorite features in IXL because it allows teachers to create a specific quiz based on content and skills that their students have been working on or they've been teaching, and it assesses them immediately and then provides a great report. So we're going to look at how you can create your own quiz and then give it to a student. So you're going to find quizzes under the My IXL tab. You can either select it from the drop-down menu, or you can see it's already selected here in the bar. Go ahead and select quizzes, and then you have an opportunity to create a new quiz. You can see I've already got one that is an active quiz that I created from multiplication facts. So I'm going to go ahead and create a new quiz. And it's pretty simple. You just enter the name of your quiz. So I'm just going to call this quiz 1. And then I'm going to select the skill. So you can select math or reading math or language arts. If you have Spanish, you can do Spanish. So grades, I'm going to do second grade. We're going to do addition, 1 digit. We're going to do some word sentences. Maybe this is what we've been working on. And I can select the number of questions that I want to have on my quiz. 10 is always a nice number. Here you can see I only have level 1 questions to choose from. So I'm going to go ahead and click add those 10 questions. And then it's going to bring up all of the questions that it's created. So let's say I don't like one of these questions. Let's say I want to change the skill. I can go ahead and add maybe a different skill. And so it changes the skill here. Let's say I want to change the level. If there are different levels, it'll give you the option of different levels. And if I don't like the question at all, I can just click generate a new question, and it will give me a new question in the same skill area. So these are all G4 questions, but let's say I want a different one. Let's say I want to do complete the addition sentence sums to 20. So now it's going to change that particular question to a sum that looks like this. So what plus 2 equals 5? So let's say I'm happy with these 10 questions. I'm going to go ahead and select review and publish. Now I can have it set up so that the students see how they did immediately, or I can have it set up so that they see what they did at the end of the quiz. I'm going to select end of the quiz simply because I don't want students getting hung up if they get a question wrong and then getting frazzled and not being able to answer the rest of the questions. I'm also going to select randomize the questions because if I have friends that are sitting next to each other, I don't want them to like looking at each other's quiz. And for this last section, you can select the students that you want to take the quiz. So you can assign it to your entire class by just hovering over and clicking the star. You can select specific students by selecting the star by their name. Or if you've got an MTSS or a group of students that you want to give it to, you can go ahead and click that as well. So I'm going to select a specific student. So I'm going to go back in and I'm going to hover over and I'm going to pick the student that I've been working with. And I'm going to select his star. And then I'm going to hit publish quiz. Once the quiz has been published, I can go ahead and see that I've got a quiz here, and I even have a quiz that I've already done. If I go into that student's page and I click on IXL and log in as that student, I will see I can find those quizzes in 2 ways. I can either go directly to quizzes and click on it, and it will show that there are 2 assigned quizzes, and then I can also see the quizzes I've finished. I can also access those quizzes by going to my starred suggestions. So if I click on that, you can see I've got a quiz here and a quiz here. Both have not been started. Well, actually, that one's been started and that one's in progress. After you've completed a quiz, then it does leave the student's suggested section. So if I were the student and I wanted to go ahead and start answering questions, you can see this one's in progress. Save the answer. Let's say I'm not sure what that is and I'm thinking addition, so I go ahead and click add. And then you can see the progress. If I want to hit submit the quiz, if I haven't finished all of the questions, it's going to say, are you sure you want to submit it? And I'm going to say, oh, no, I don't. So I'm going to hit X and go back. If a student leaves though and goes back, it's going to show that they haven't finished that quiz. So even if they don't finish it all in one setting, they can go back and finish it at another time. So now that I have worked on that, I can go ahead and look at the quizzes. So again, you can see that this student is in progress. He hasn't started this one at all. And then I've got this one down here where he's completed it. And so if I had multiple students, I could see the name of the quiz. I could see all of the students who have completed it, as well as the dates and their average. So I'm going to go ahead and review this report for this particular student. And again, you can see what quiz it was, how many kids submitted it, what the student average was. I can even see individual students. So students, all the students that scored between 9 and 10 would be here. All the students that scored 8, 7, and so on. So if I clicked on this, it would give me a rundown of each student and how they did on every single question. So I can see this is the question that this student got wrong, and I could go ahead and hover over this magnifying glass and it'll give me the exact question that that student got wrong, as well as the level. Now, I can also go ahead and click on this and see some more data. I can see that this student answered 9 questions correct. The SMART score, or the score overall, was 90%, and how much time they spent on it. I can look at how many missed questions. I can look at hide the correct answers, and it will take me through, again, every single question. And I can see this one was the wrong question. So there are so many benefits. I can even print the results. If I wanted to print a result to send home to parents so that they could see how their student did, it takes a few seconds to get the print created, but then you can print that and send that report home to parents just like you would an actual quiz. And this is what that's going to look like. So your parents can actually see it. It does take up quite a bit of paper though. So that's how you can use quizzes to support students in the classroom.